What's going on, folks, and welcome back to a long overdue part 5 of my collection tour. Sorry there was such a big chunk of time in between. I apologize for that. Now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to take a look at 5 more tarantulas in the New World category of my collection here. Now that we've said all that, I'm going to get set up. You guys get ready. We'll meet right back here, and let's check out some tarantulas. Alright, before we get too far into this video, quick announcement here. The last video, we were in the G's. We have to back up just a little bit now because there has been a revision to the name of a species that I have been keeping. This is the formerly known as Theraphosinase species Panama, or the Panama lava spider, whatever. We don't go by common names as much. Over the past several months, I'm not exactly sure when, it has since been revised and renamed, and it is now in the Davus genus, like the Davus pentaloris, Guatemalan tiger rump. So now, rather than the Theraphosinase species Panama, it is the Davus species Panama. I own 3 of these, and they were my heart's desire several months ago when I finally got them. Temperament so far, a little bit shy, but other than that, not easily rattled or defensive or skittish or anything like that. Growth rate is about a medium. You know, they're doing pretty decent in the growth rate. Pretty good feeders. They are a terrestrial species, and they are also a dwarf species originating from, you guessed it, Panama. There wasn't much else that I could find online as far as their distribution and things like that. So that's about all I got scientific-wise for them. Now, with my experience, like I said, temperament-wise, they're pretty chill. Good eaters. When they're in the pre-molt, they won't eat. Other than that, that's it. These guys right here are pretty awesome. Actually, you know, they are one of the calmer species in the New Worlds, especially that I have. I do believe they have urticating hairs, but none of them have attempted to ever do that. So, that being said, let's feed this one because we've got 2 more of these. Alright, so let's offer this one a roach and see what happens. And as we expected, it took the roach. These are absolutely stunning species, and I'm super excited to own them. Okay, let's move on to the next 2 because we still got a lot more to go here. Alright, so this one right here just recently came out of a molt. I hadn't seen it for a couple of weeks, and I did a little bit of digging, retrieved the molt, and found out where the spider was. So let's put in a mealworm and see if we can't draw it out, because I figure at this point it's probably hungry. It's been a week or so since it molted, so we'll see. These guys, like I said, are dwarf species, and as far as I know, I don't have any adults yet, so I'm not sure on that, but as far as I know, they are on the small side as far as the dwarfs go. I don't think they get quite 4 inches, so this one is not going to do much for us here. I'm going to pause, and if I see any movement, we'll come back, but if we don't get any movement here pretty quick, we're going to move on to the next one, because like I said, we still got a lot of ground to cover here. So it finally started to move, went out to the worm, touched the worm, and of course now the worm quit moving, and there we go. There is the takedown, and again, absolutely stunning species. Let's take a look at the next one and let's move along. Alright, this one's a little chubby, so I don't know if it will take down a prey item or not, but this is a look at the last of my Davus species Panama. Let's see if it will take a roach, and then let's move along. Oh, dropped the roach on its head, and it quickly grabbed it up. One thing that I did want to note about this species here is they are very quick at going into the happy dance. I mean, like almost right away. A lot of times after grabbing the roach, they'll start happy dancing. So if you're the type that likes those species that do that, then this one is right in your wheelhouse. From what I have been told by where I bought them from, they are prolific webbers. So far, mine have kind of stayed more terrestrially than fossorially and haven't done a ton of webbing, but again, they're still growing. I mean, these guys are just juveniles now. So there we go. That was the Davus species Panama, formerly known as the Theraphosinase species Panama, the Panama lava spider. Alright, so this next beast is my lovely female Lasiodora klugi. Her name is Maureen, and I absolutely love this girl. Temperament-wise, I can count on one hand how many times she's kicked hairs in me. I've had her for nearly 4 years, and I've loved every minute of it. She is just such a calm tarantula. Doesn't, like I said, like with the last ones that we talked about, doesn't get riled very easily. This species right here is from the state of Bahia in northeast Brazil, hence their common name, the Bahia Scarlet bird eater. This is a large terrestrial species. They can get upwards of 8 to 10 inches. They are similar to the Lasiodora parahybana, which is very common in the hobby, but they are stockier, and of course they have those beautiful red hairs on the abdomen. I absolutely love this girl. Great eater when she does eat, but we won't be feeding her. You can see how plump she is. She hasn't eaten in weeks. I believe she's getting ready to go into a pre-molt, or may already be there. Let's hope so, and if she does, we'll definitely be putting her in a bigger house. Like all my other tarantulas, I keep them at the same temperature. All of them at the same temperature, low to mid 70s. And with this girl, I fill that water dish up every week and just a little bit of spritz on the surface of the substrate, and that's about it. Very easy to care for. These guys are very hardy, and again, they get very big, and they are absolutely beautiful. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything on that. I will leave a list in the description of all the species featured in this video. That way you can look up online details on these guys, and then you can know more in case I've forgotten something. But that was Maureen, my Lasiodora klugi. All right, so up next is another very large terrestrial species. This right here is, I bought this as a Phormictopus species cautus. Looking them up online, there's a few different scientific names, like the Phormictopus species purple, Phormictopus Dominican Violet, or as I bought this one, the Phormictopus species cautus. It's called the Dominican Violet or Dominican Purple. As you can see, these guys are from the Caribbean. They are from the Dominican Republic and Cuba. Like I said, these are another terrestrial species getting upwards of 8 inches. Pretty much the same care, temperature, and humidity wise is pretty much all my other ones. If you keep a water dish in there, and you can see this one's empty, this is maintenance day, so it will be filled. If you keep a water dish in all your tarantulas enclosures, they should be fine. There are a few exceptions to the rules, like some of the moisture dependent species, like the Theraphosas. But even with those, if you just keep a big, huge water dish in there, they'll do just fine. So, I mean, there really doesn't have to be super fine-tuned, extra special care with these guys. Temperature-wise, if you're comfortable, they're comfortable. And then just make sure they've got water once a week and food. Temperament-wise, this thing has never kicked hairs at me. Very calm spider so far. That could change with a molt. Awesome feeder, like wicked feeder. Like super fast and just vicious when it comes to takedowns. I love this spider, and I can't wait to see it get bigger. So that was the Phormictopus species cautus, or species purple, or species Dominican Violet. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so now we move into the arboreal category. I'm going to offer this one a roach so we can draw it out so you can get a look at it. This is the Psalmopoeus cambrigei, but let's go ahead and give it a roach. That way I can free up both of my hands, and then I can pull my notes out and kind of give you guys details on this one. Another pretty calm spider, not really defensive, slightly skittish when it was younger, but has kind of gotten out of that. It will hide, but other than that, it's just doesn't bolt, doesn't get defensive, and it's obviously not hungry. These guys, of course, are related to the Psalmopoeus armenia, the Venezuelan sun tiger. You can see with those orange check marks on the feet. So the Psalmopoeus cambrigei is from an island in the West Indies, off the northeast coast of Venezuela, an island called Trinidad. Trinidad and Tobago are both right there together. I'm not sure if these guys are from the island of Tobago, but they are from Trinidad. These guys are about a medium-sized arboreal tarantula. They get 4.5 to 5 inches. Same care, like I said, as all the others. And you saw kind of the temperament there. That's not really even a threat posture. It's not even burying its fangs. It was just like kind of like what's going on or whatever. But so far, pretty awesome species. I got this one as a freebie. I didn't go out and buy one of these, but I got it as a freebie. Hopefully it's a female, but if it's not, maybe I can get a breeding loan out of it. But there we go. That was the Psalmopoeus cambrigei, the Trinidad chevron. All right, here we go. Last tarantula. Let's see if it wants a roach. We'll put the roach behind it. See what it does. This one right here is not much to look at right now because it is a spiderling. Sorry about the weirdness on the camera there. This is the Pseudohapalopus, species Colombia. When I looked these up online, I found a few different things. Like, it seemed like they used to be called the Pseudohapalopus species blue, but they are now the Pseudohapalopus species Colombia. Quite a few common names for these guys. The Colombia blue bottle, the Colombian purple and gold, the Colombian dwarf blue. That description right there lets you know this is another dwarf species from, as you guessed it, from Colombia. They are terrestrial, and they can even be kind of partially fossorial when they're younger, like this one right here. As a spiderling, was quite the bulldozer and did quite a bit of burrowing and stayed down in the burrow, but since the last molt has been out and about a lot more. These are a dwarf species, from what I gather, about a normal-sized dwarf, so upwards of 4.5 inches maybe. Not much else I know about these except for the fact when they get older, they are absolutely stunning. And I really wish that this one would do something and move around, because it's been a really awesome eater, and then all of a sudden, now that I've got it on camera, it's like it doesn't want to do anything. But this guy has been a pretty good feeder for me. Temperament-wise, a bit skittish, especially when it was younger. And it still is a bit skittish now. It just makes little short bolts around its enclosure, but fortunately does not try to run out. You can see it's really made a mess of its enclosure. Like I said, it was quite the bulldozer when it was younger. These guys are pretty easy to care for. Growth rate, from what I have experienced so far, is about a medium growth rate or so. None of these tarantulas that I have showed today are super fast growers. But none of them are super slow either. Oh, and by the way, I've got a bonus clip here. I've got an update on the last tarantula that we featured in the last part. Sorry we didn't get nothing out of this guy, and I'm sorry that to me, this image looks so damn out of focus. Anyway, that was the Pseudohapalopus species Colombia, or the Colombian blue bottle. You can kind of see that blue, that tint of blue on the abdomen. Wait till it gets bigger. These things, they really pop. They're stunning. Awesome spider. Let's move along to the end of this thing, and let's finish out the video here. And as promised, here is the bonus footage. Like I said, I had an update on my Grammostola pulchra, and that is, since the last collection tour video where this was the last spider to be featured in that part 4, it has molted. I waited probably 2 years, not exaggerating, probably 2 years for this damn thing to molt. So that's one thing to note. I think I said it in that part of the video that they are very slow growing. I attempted to sex the molt, and from what I can tell so far, it is a male. We'll wait until the next molt, probably 2 years from now, and then hopefully we will get a better result. That's it, guys. That was part 5 of my collection tour in the New World category. I hope you did enjoy it, and you will let me know with a thumbs up and a comment. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do that. Share this video with your friends, and as always, have a great night. Take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you for watching, guys. God bless.